Hi, how y'all doing today? My name is Todd Helzer. I'm with Birmingham Investments Group, and I'm excited today because we're going to talk about a topic that when I first started investing, I didn't really understand. It was very confusing. People had lots of different opinions, and I searched online and still couldn't find a concrete answer, and that is CapEx. So CapEx is basically taking all the different things that are in your property that take wear and tear. For example, refrigerators, air conditioning units, roofs, they all have a lifespan and eventually they need to be replaced. How are you going to pay for that? Basically, every month you should be saving a certain amount of money to cover those expenses. And it's different than maintenance. Maintenance is some of those things that come up unexpected. Something drops on flooring and you have to replace some flooring, or some faucet in a shower breaks. Those things are maintenance costs that you should also be saving for. And when you work out the pricing of your underwriting for a property, you need to have some maintenance costs written in there for that rainy day. There's an amazing article on BiggerPockets that basically breaks down every major system that takes wear and tear on a property and takes it per their lifespan and then breaks it down to a per month that you should be saving. It comes to about $187 per month that you should be saving. So for every property that I personally underwrite for single family home, I start at about $200 a month, and I kind of adjust it from there. I save about $50 for maintenance and $200 for CapEx. Because of that article, it kind of gave me a good guideline, and I like to be a little bit on the safe side. Now, if the property is newer or recently rehabbed, I will actually down that to $150, and then I'll take a $50 and just do total of $200 for maintenance and CapEx. Sometimes if the property is out of maintenance, I will up that to $250 for CapEx, or just in general $300 including maintenance, and it kind of floats. Where you're seeing the fluctuation, I think, and why you can't find a concrete number sometimes online or when you talk to different investors, is because of two things that I see. Number one is risk tolerance. What is your level of risk tolerance? If you got hit with a $5,000 roof repair, can you take that hit? And if you can't take that hit, well then how much do you need to save back to make sure that you can? And your risk tolerance and how you figure that out is kind of a personal decision, and that's why you have different decisions on CapEx. Number two, I think, is where you are at in your portfolio and your cash position. So for example, someone who's doesn't have any investment properties and they're buying their first one, they need to be very, very liberal in their CapEx, because they only have one property, and if something happens on that one property, it puts them in a really tough position. But if you have an investor that's been investing for 25 years and he has 50 doors, well then his cash positive to cover different expenses that come along the way for his whole portfolio is probably a lot greater. And so his risk tolerance isn't necessarily higher, he just has more cash that when a roof goes out one of his 50 properties, he can cover that roof because he has cash coming in from all the other 49 properties. And so oftentimes you'll find investors not necessarily looking at a 250 or 200 or specific number. They're just kind of generally underwriting that, does this property work? Does it bring in some cash to cover maintenance? Does my whole portfolio cover that maintenance? And then they move forward with the deal. And so where you are at in your investing career really depicts on how much you want to calculate for CapEx. I hope you all found this helpful and it helps you underwrite your next property. Please like and subscribe. That helps us out a ton. Thanks again for joining us. We'll catch you soon.